All right.
All right. We're the Weebs at Work.
Oh, damn. That's it. That's the intro. Let's go.
That's the intro. I'm Weecho.
I'm Ray. Not
Yeah.
Ray. Just regular Ray.
Regular Ray. What about Ray? Could Ray? No, I don't like that.
I'd rather cut my hands off. Also, because
Yeah.
it's supposed to be in Spanish. It's
Yeah.
Ray, not Ray, but everybody calls me Ray. I don't give a fuck.
It's okay. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're watching HunterxHunter. Or HunterxHunter, because I think you're not supposed to pronounce the X. Which
Yeah, no,
reminds me,
it's-
like in high school, DXD, it's not DXD, it's DD for double Ds.
Boobies.
That's fucking... Well, anyways.
Mind blown.
Yes. Anyways, we're watching HunterxHunter. The first arc, 26 episodes. We're doing them at 5 a batch as of right now. The first episode.
As of this recording.
Yeah.
We might change our minds, but that's up to us, and you don't get to tell me how to live my life.
So after we finish this first arc, we'll see whether or not we want to continue with the series, which we probably will eventually come back to it if we do, go away from it. But whatever.
But we're also, like, keeping in mind that we're also not just going to do shonen. Like, it is called Weebs at Work. We're probably going to do Cells at Work. And then there's stuff that's another, My Hero's another one. Black Clover's another one. Who knows? Whatever we feel like watching, and if we agree that it'd be cool to talk about, we're going to do it.
Yeah, fucking sick. So, shit. We watched the first 5 episodes. I watched them all in combination of last night and today.
I watched them all today.
Oh, fresh on the mind.
Yeah, my notes are special.
My notes are special too. They almost fill up the page.
Yeah,
I think they're about a page.
I didn't do it in Word. I did it in Notepad.
Yeah. I did on WordPad too, so that's why I'm thinking, like, I think it's about a page because there is no pages. It just keeps going.
Oh, no, man. I have a scroll bar.
Yeah.
If that's any, like, I have a scroll bar. Like, I actually have to scroll to read all my notes.
I gotta scroll 1 click, 2 click, about 6 clicks.
Let's see. My man's like 20.
Jesus.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, the later episodes, I was going in.
Episode 1. The opening. What you think about the opening? I thought the opening was sick.
It's good. It's not bad.
I like it.
It isn't like the best opening I've ever heard.
Away. That's
No,
pretty good. I like it a lot. Okay.
Don't do it.
Okay.
Don't do it. Don't do me like that.
So, the sick ass opening plays, and we're introduced to an island, Whale Island, which, can you guess? It looks like a whale.
Hell yeah. Oh, fuck. I just fucking almost threw up all over myself there.
I mean, that's fine. It tends to happen.
No, it doesn't.
I mean,
we learn that this island has people.
this island has people, and it has the Lord of the Sea.
Yeah. And we, Lord of the Lake.
Lord of the Lake, you're right.
And we're introduced to our main character, at least one of them, Gon.
Gon-kun, and
Yeah.
he is dressed in a giant leaf. Like, it's just pure leaf camel. He's a fucking
Yeah.
savage, and it's awesome.
And he catches the Lord of the Lake, which, if you haven't guessed, is a big ass fish.
Mind you, with his
it's-
superhuman strength
And speed.
and, like, dexterous acrobatics swinging around trees
it's
and
like-
all this crazy shit.
Also, the fish is weird. It's got, like, lobster
legs?
legs. Yeah. Like, it's creepy looking.
I mean, fish are good. Lobsters are good. If you combine both.
Do you know
can
lobsters
just
are
imagine.
immortal?
Yeah, they don't die, right? Unless it's because of
unless it's by outward
disease or some bullshit.
No, they just don't die. Like,
Oh, is it only if they die by our hands
Pretty much, yeah.
or like other fish?
Yeah. It's crazy. Anyway, go on. We meet Mito-san,
Mito-san. We learned that Gon is 12.
and he's like the dopest 12-year-old.
He's the dopest 12. I mean, we learn in the later episodes that there is another 12-year-old who might share that mantle with him.
No. And then we meet, we learn that it's a deal between Gon and Mito that,
The kiss handshake?
no, that he has to catch the fish in order to take the exam, dummy. What's wrong with you?
It's after that we learn that Gon is like delusional, right? Where he's like, yeah, like my dad's the best. He left me.
And I want to find out because this shit's dope. It's like, nah, son, your dad is trash.
Yeah, he's swell. He's swell.
Yeah. Also, like, note when Gon is leaving the house and him and Mito are like talking with each other and it gets all emotional. The trumpet music in the background is awesome.
Dude, the music, for some reason, reminds me so much of Dragon Quest. I don't know, but the background music's so good.
I was thinking the same thing.
Are you serious?
Hell yeah.
It's like, we're friends.
It's like we know each other. I gotta stop that whispering thing. We're recording this shit. Move on.
I mean, I feel like we can't move on yet because they practically made out with their hands.
I mean... It's like his aunt or whatever. Like,
yeah, I'm not saying it's weird, but it is weird.
I mean, nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
I'll kiss you with my hands.
Ugh.
What are we talking about again?
Bro, he chewed. Okay, let's just move on. You're right.
Anyway, move on to a boat. They're taking off. They're setting sail. He waves goodbye, and he's just like, I'm gonna be the best, and then I'm gonna come back because being the best is dope, and I want you guys to see that I'm dope. And then all the wannabe people on the boat are just like, man, this little kid, he says he's the best. He's a loser. I was about to say something I'm not supposed to.
Oh, no.
But I didn't. And then we meet coolest character of the first episode, the captain.
With the big red nose, which happens to be like a rectangle or like a square nose.
Yeah, dude. Red nose captain is dope.
And the crew. They're a bunch of fucking ass hats.
Oh, yeah, man. They're beating the shit out of that kid with the apples. They
suck. And then Grandpa, the captain, like, he's just chugging that beer.
He's drinking it. But I don't think it would look like a whiskey bottle. I don't know if it was beer, but he was taking some of Grandpa's medicine.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
And then Gun, goes all I was gonna say Saving Private Ryan, but that's not the right movie. He goes all Rain Man, and he's just like, oh man. And then he just like ninjas his way up to the fucking crow's nest. And he's just like, there's a storm coming. And then it's just like Game of Thrones. And then it's just, the dude is just like, this kid's eyes.
His nose.
It's like, is he? Bram. And then.
You are the chosen one, Mr. Gon.
And then we meet. During the storm, Captain's going all ham. He's just like, yeah, big waves, let's go. And he's navigating, and that's dope. Cause
his buddy was like, sir, we're gonna die. And he's like, no, this is just the beginning. And then he's like, oh,
and he's like, no. And then he sits there and he's just like flying through the air on the ship. And he's just like, man, these waves, these are pussy waves. And then he just sits there and then he's like, you take the ship. The kid's about to throw up all over himself. There's a mosquito in here and I want to die.
Mm-hmm. And the ship, he's actually surfing on like these tsunami waves. He's like 300-foot waves. He's just surfing all over the place. And that's when we meet Leorio San, and Kurapika.
Yeah, Kurapika. And then we, Captain goes back and he's like, look at all these wannabe hunters, man. They're all seasick. Yeah. And then you meet Gon. And he's giving some dude some leaves because leaves solve all the problems.
Of course.
And then we see Leorio and we see Kurapika and they're just chilling. And
it also helps that they're drawn better than the rest of like the people in that,
well, that's anime, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's just instantly like those are the guys.
Those guys sick.
Yeah, we got that blonde kid and we got
Dash
the Stampede.
Yeah, the Apple kid. Who isn't seasick either. He just rocks up and the captain's like, oh, that kid's dope. Everybody's calling him a bitch, but he's dope. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then Captain pulls him aside and he's just like, hey, like, y'all are like the only ones who are hunter material. So why do you want to be a hunter? And Gon's just like, I don't know. My dad's dope. He did it. I want to do it too. And then Kurapika is just like, I can't tell you without divulging my secret, so I'm not going to tell you. But he goes like really matter of fact about it for no reason. He just makes it complicated as shit.
And Leota's just mad that Gon actually responded because he's like, why would you respond, man?
Yeah, man. You don't know that guy. Fuck that guy. And then we meet And then the captain's just like, oh, cool, Gon's the only one who passes because he's the only one who answered. Y'all suck. Yeah.
Send 2 more drop-off forms, and he reveals that he's actually a part of the whole test as an examiner.
An examiner, that is correct.
At this point, he already knew that Jing, I think he said Jing, right? He pronounced it Jing.
Yeah.
Was Gon's dad, right?
He says it now. I don't remember if it's when he goes to save the kid. Or no, yeah, he figures it out after he answers the question. After he answers the question, he's like, "Oh, you are Jing's son. Like your dad is a hunter. You're dope as fuck." Kurapika's straight fronting on Leo Rio, like straight up. He's just Leo like, Rio. Yeah, I know. I don't know why I said that. I read it. It's like written on my notes.
Yeah,
like,
Leo Rio.
Yeah, Leo Rio is just like, "Hey man, like show the respect. Put the subtitle, not subtitle, suffix.
Put the san on there.
Yeah, like you like I'm san. I'm older than you. You show me respect."
Yeah, he looks like he's in his high 20s, right? Early 30s.
Yeah, that's what he looks like.
Okay, yeah.
And then Kurapika's just like, "Whatever, Leo, you suck." And then Leo is like, "Well, we're gonna take this outside, and I'm gonna murder the rest of your clan." And then Kurapika's like, "Oh, like bitch, you take it back." And he's just like, Leo, you take it back. And he's like, "It's san, my dude."
But I mean, he looked at him like, kind of like a goofy character. And he looks back, straight edge, and he's like, "Leo, san." And it's like, oh.
It was hype.
Okay.
And like, I know. They go about, Leo pulls out a knife.
He pulled a fucking knife on a kid.
I mean, little kid deserved it. Respeto, dude. Come on.
Hey, bro, I just want to say, this guy, at this point, I'm like, Leo, he's obviously Yakuza, right? Like, he's dressed up as a salaryman. He pulls out a fucking knife.
I don't know. It takes all kinds. So this is whole fighting. They're about to fight each other. And then a tornado shows up. They call it a water spout. Shows up. And they're just like, "Hey, we get caught in that. We're dead." Straight up. So Captain's like, "Hey, lower the sails, or raise the sails. We need to move on." Gon's trying to help. Apple Kid, who's getting beat up by the other crew members, gets flung off of the boat. Leo and Kurapika are sitting there about to go at each other, and they see him fly off the boat. Yeah. And they're like, "Man, we gotta save him." So they jump over the side, they grab the side of the boat, they're reaching for him, they're like, "I'm gonna save you," but they barely miss him.
And that's where the boy comes in, Superman diving.
And he's just like, "I'm all doing it." And he just goes off the boat, grabs him, and then they grab Gon, and then they pull him up, and they're just like, "Yo, why would you just jump off?" And he's like, "It's okay, because you caught me." He's like, "Well, what if we didn't?" "But you did." And then Leo and Kurapika are just like, "Hey man, I'm sorry with being a dick." And the other guy was like, "Same."
Yeah, and it's all thanks to Gon. Like, Gon saved the NPC, and now he's proven himself to be the glue guy. The guy where everyone's infighting, but Gon shows up and he's like, "Hey, what's wrong with you guys?
I love you guys.
Just stop being fucking douchebags for a second and just talk to each other."
And then everybody's just like, "Gon, you're right. Make love to me." And then
cut.
That's not what he says. And then that's pretty much the end of the episode.
That's where we get the metal auto-tune ending.
I love it though.
I think the name of the band is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I believe they do the Overlord.
I think so. They got that whole auto-tune metal shit going on.
I don't know if they do Overlord, but 100% they do Maximum the Parasite. Parasite the Maximum. I'm retarded.
It's okay.
I said I wasn't going to say that, douche.
I mean, but you said it, but it's okay.
Anyway, that's the end of episode 1. It's a really good shonen beginner because they introduce you to most of the main cast. And you get to see a little bit of them, Because I mean, in the opening, they show you like what's probably going to be the main 4 dudes, which is Gon, the audio, Kurapika, and Killua, who we meet later on. Killua. Yeah. Killua? That stuff's good. Killua. I'm sorry. Episode 2, they get off the boat, and the captain gives Gon some advice. Yeah. And to the tree. Yeah. He was like, "Go to the tree, because the tree's dope."
And that's where that guy, it's like just sneaking up upon, like he's just in the back, right? With like, my notes say Squidward, because I think he had like the photo,
the
like,
nose,
the nose, like the big old nose. I'm like, bro, this guy is just straight up creeping.
Yeah, and then we continue on the journey. There's a bus, but apparently that the bus never makes it.
Yeah, which Leorio overhears after he ditched the party,
and then he goes back to them
because he's a dummy.
Oh,
but it's okay. I love him.
Yeah, and then they go on their merry way, and they hit the creepy village, and it's creepy because there's nobody there. But apparently, Gon knows that there's people there.
Yeah, you can smell it
because he's a weirdo. But
he's a mountain boy.
They show up, and then it turns out that it's a quiz game, and that you can choose one or two. And they give you questions. So the guy shows up behind him and he's like, hey, man, I was following you the whole time. And Gon's like, yeah, I know, you suck. So the lady gives him a question. And if I remember the question correctly, it is, if, you have to save your mom or your lover, who do you save?
Yeah.
And they give one or two. One for mom, two for lover. And he's like, well, I'm going to save my mom because I can always get a new lover, but I can't get a new mom.
And they let him pass.
They pass him.
And they let him pass.
And Leorio loses his shit, and he's just like, what the fuck? Like, there is no right answer to this. This is garbage. And Kurapika immediately figures it out. And he's just like, oh man, that's the thing. And then the old lady's like, you shut up, you little piece of shit. I'll murder you. And then she's just like, oh, okay. Like, I know, but now he has to figure it out. And then just sitting there in this entire time, Gon is just thinking. Because he's bad at taking quizzes, apparently.
So he says.
Yeah. And then they're given a question. I don't remember their question.
Their question is, would you rather save your son or your daughter?
Oh, that is right. And fucking Leorio picks up a wooden stick. And he's just chilling.
Oh, he's not chilling. He starts banging that shit against his hand, and he is going to jump at this granny that is giving them these questions that don't have proper response or answers, I guess you could say.
So the time is up. Leorio goes full Samurai Jack. He just flies in. He's just like, I'm gonna whip that ass.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we find like Kurapika blocks it. And he's just like, what the hell? Like, there is no right answer. And Kurapika's like, yeah, dude, you said it. The correct answer was to say nothing. There is no right answer. And then the old lady's like, hell yeah, you dope. I like Leorio because Leorio's dope. That's essentially what she says. He goes over
and he apologizes. And she says, like, the reason I do these tests is because I got to see people like you.
Who are like dope as fuck. And then they try to go, and then Gon's like, I can't come up with the answer. And they're like, what do you mean? We already figured it out. And then he's just like, well, what if that situation happens? What if you have to save one of them or the other one dies? Like, what do you do?
Yep. And he's keeping it real.
And he's in his own head. And then the old lady's like, yeah, man, sometimes that shit's going to happen. Sometimes you're going to be put in that situation and you have to be the one to come up with that decision.
Yeah. And she says that's the purpose of the exam or her specific part of the exam. It's, the reason I'm giving you these questions is for you to think about these types of scenarios that you probably wouldn't have thought of otherwise. And now you see Gon sitting down brainstorming like, what would I do? Because choosing one over the other wouldn't be fair. And it's just like, well, okay.
Yeah, life's a bitch. Pretty much is essentially that. And then they
start heading towards the forest when they keep going up the.
Well, there's a couple
the actual entrance where, because Squidward got passed by, but they didn't actually put him through the proper entrance, so God knows where he is.
Did they just straight up fail him, or did they like?
No. They said you pass.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like, but do they
afterwards?
Did they murder him? Or
the fox bug people ate him 100%.
Hell yeah, we haven't gotten there yet.
I know, but I mean that's where we are.
All
they
right,
they
show up, and it's I don't remember the name of the monster, but it's a fox monster.
Fox bug.
It's attacked the dude and he's on the floor bloody. And then there is a yellow wolf bunny monster behind him, grabbing the lady, and he's just like, hey, man, catch me. And he goes away. And Liurio stays behind to administer medical garbage.
Yeah, I want to talk about this medical first aid, whatever he was performing, when Kurapika tells him, hey, heal the dude, I'm going after Swiper. And he's like, okay, and they show him, and if you look at the picture, he's holding a giant needle, like a syringe. From, I don't know, was that in the suitcase? I don't know where he got it from. It's just weird, because it's just a giant, like, 10-inch syringe in his hand.
We know where it's from.
Oh, God. HGH.
It's from
his juice. Come on, man. It's from his suitcase. I don't know what's in there, but he got a big old syringe in there. Fucking, I don't know, B12.
And then Gon and Kurapika are on the chase. And they're jumping through the trees, and Kurapika, observes that Gon can see that thing even in the dark in a forest, and they're only shadows, but he can keep up with them.
Mountain boy.
Hell yeah.
He has dark vision.
Dungeons and Dragons. But it happens, they're going, and the stupid bunny man thing talks, and it's just like, ha 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 ha, you suck. And then Gon is like, oh damn, he speaks English, that's gonna make this easier. So they're chasing him, and he goes, hey, stupid ass fucking rabbit thing. Rabbit thing's like, what'd you say to me, boy? And then Gon teleports to him and whaps him in the head with his fucking fishing rod.
Yes, that's my favorite part.
Which, if we haven't explained, his actual
weapon is a fishing rod.
His weapon is a fishing rod. Yes. And I have notes on that later.
Yes.
He hits I think it's like a kitsune or kitsukune or something like that.
Kitsune might be the right one.
I don't remember, because I know that's
a fox spirit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fox. Yeah. He whaps it in the head. It drops the girl. Kurapika saves the girl, and Gon keeps chasing the fox thing.
And that's where Kurapika notices.
He notices
the markings
something
on her wrist, on her forearm.
And then he goes, and then Liurio runs up behind him, and he's like, oh man, you saved her. Let's go back to the building. And Kurapika just pulls out his fucking nunchucks. And he just whaps Liurio in the face. And he's just like, punk. And then
the chick, she's like, why would you, like, how did you know? And he's like, I didn't know. I just knew what I was going to do. Like, if he came here to do that, I'm going to whack him across the face, because he left the dude alone, who he specifically told to, care after.
Yeah. And then the thing turns into the thing, Mobub. It turns into a giant foxman.
Yes.
And then we continue on, and Gon is chasing this thing, and it jumps through a tree. And then Gon jumps through the tree, and it turns out that this tree overlooks a cliff. So Gon almost flies off. He uses his fishing rod, which is dope.
Grappling hook, sword, hammer, you name it.
It's everything. He grabs a tree, swings back onto the land. Fox thing is just like, oh man, you're really fast and really smart. That's crazy. Ha 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 ha. I'm gonna cut you. So he tries to slash him, and then Gon's like, where's the other guy? And it's just like, what? Like, yeah, you weren't the one that I hit. You're different. And then the rabbit thing's just like, yo, honey, you gotta hear this. And then we cut, and then it goes back to the cabin where this all started, and then it turns out that those two people that were attacked by what we now is the two bunny people were all bunny people, and that the two other ones were their kids, the two humans, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
And Gon is just like, haha, like, I can tell because one's face is different and the pitch of your voice is higher. And then it cuts to Liurio and Kurapika, and they're just like, can you tell the difference? He's like, fuck no, I can't tell the difference from a
Leo's
normal shoe.
like, fucking kid's insane. He's a fucking mountain boy. Like, I don't know what the fuck his deal is.
Also, fun fact, the voice actor for those bunny things are dope.
They are. I wonder if they're the same voice actor.
I'm about to slap the shit out of you. You dumb.
At this point,
and then here you
they
find
sprout
out
fucking wings.
Yeah, before that you find out that Liu Rio is like one of the fucking best doctors ever. Because when they're going through like the whole passing ceremony, they're just like, oh, Kurapika, you're super observant and you know the area, so you pass. And they go to Liu Rio and they're just like, you patched me up faster and better than any doctor could have, so you pass. So in that moment, you find out that Liu Rio's a doctor. Yeah, like he's a doctor.
Or at least in the or at least he's trying to. Something like that, you know.
But
he has medical practice under his belt.
Well, apparently he's the best. Apparently he's dope.
I mean, I feel like they're not going to be... I mean, how many doctors has she seen? Like, how would she know?
I mean, I don't know. Well, they're examiners. They've probably seen a bunch.
I mean, I feel like if you're a doctor, you're not trying to be on a hunter. But I mean, if you did, then maybe you'd be there.
You don't know that.
They would have... I mean, you don't know that either.
I mean, but
I'm just saying, like, who is she comparing to? But nonetheless.
And then we have, again, they sprout wings and fly.
Yeah, where the fuck did the wings come from? It's just webbing under their pits or something.
Man, if they can shapeshift into people, I'm more than sure they can shapeshift to have wings.
I don't know. I have a problem with the wings.
I mean, of course you do, cuck.
I'm just saying.
All right. And then, end of episode 2.
Yeah.
Episode 3 is where I came to realize something, and it's a theory. I don't know if it's correct. We get the opening monologue, which is around 20 seconds of stuff, and you see, or it's like, oh, like the people who find all these stuff and all this unknown knowledge, they're called hunters, and you see the silhouettes of people.
Yeah.
And I assume that the silhouettes are the best hunters in the series. Or at least some of the most important ones. And that's just
we've actually seen some of them.
Have we?
Or at least it comes out in one of the later episodes, but I've seen maybe 2 of those silhouettes already.
Is one of them Hisoka?
Who?
Oh, we haven't met that. Yeah. Whatever. Fuck you.
I mean, I know who you're talking about. It's not Hisoka, but at the end of episode 5, there was and I'm getting ahead of myself here, but it's just to, explain this part. That chick with the braids. At the end of episode 5, she comes out in the later episodes, and she's one of those silhouettes. And I think they showed the other guy there too. There was 2 people.
Oh, they're in the opening, aren't they? Like in the opening song, like that old man guy.
They might be, but there was 2 people that we saw.
Okay.
That could fill the silhouettes. But I mean, yeah. So it starts off with like this fucking town. We got panda frogs. We had these guys smoking some hookah.
Yeah. Okay. So mine is it's got a bunch of shops. It's a busy city.
Mm-hmm.
And it's anime, so it's like it looks like it feels like a Middle Eastern shop kind of thing, where it's like a stand with like it's just shop like stand shops, like a fair or some shit.
Pretty much.
And
there's a flea market. It's just a whole bunch of shit.
There's a bunch of crooked types. A lot of people trying to fudge you out of your money.
Yep.
And then they walk up with one of the human versions of the Bunny Man. And they're just like, oh, like, we're going to go to this building. And it's like a big ass fucking skyscraper. And they're like, man, there's going to be so many heroes. There's going to be so many hunter, people in there. It's going to be dope. And the guy walks up to like a little restaurant next to it. And he's just like, nah, it's in here.
This is the place.
They're like, the fuck? Like, this place is small and stupid and I hate it. And they're like, well, and then I think it's Kurapika's just like, well, it makes sense because nobody think it would be here.
Yep.
And then Leo is just like, yeah, sure, whatever, I don't fucking care. And they walk in, and the dude orders a steak combo with a bunch of frills. I don't remember the whole thing.
For 3, and there's like a lot of tension in this room. It's like, I'm gonna order a steak. Like, for how many?
No, I don't know if it was tension in the room. It's the tension between the 2 people.
Yeah. Like, between those 2 people, there was a lot of tension. It's like, man, I'm getting 3 steaks, and like, for how many? For 3, and it's like, whoa.
It was kind of weird because it felt kind of like. It didn't feel this way, but I imagine it being something like sensual, where it's like, yeah, baby, I'm gonna get steak combo. It's just like,
I could say I did not get that vibe, but
like, hey man, how many do you want? He's like, I want 3. He's like, you want 3? That's crazy.
And then the worst part, go get him in the back. Like, oh.
Put him in the back. Put you in that back room, baby. Anyway, so they go to the back room. Gone being gone. He's like, man, I'm hungry. I can't wait for them to bring me that steak. And I want one too. Gone. Don't feel alone.
They never got the steak, by the way.
No, they didn't. It's garbage.
Where is the steak? Were they even making the steak?
Hell
I doubt it. Right?
So they get in this room, and then it turns out that the room is an elevator. And they're going down, and it's 100 floors.
Yeah, I wrote down full caps, exclamation points. Basement, 100.
I'm going to keep it basement 100 with you, Chief. You ugly as shit. Anyway.
Bro. But like, what's that guy? What's the guy's name from The Mummy? Journey to the Center of the Earth?
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser. Should have made a cameo, just saying.
No. And then Lirio and Kurupika start talking about why they want to be hunters. And they're complete opposites. Lirio is just like, I want money because money's dope and money can buy everything. And if you have money, then you dope. And Kurupika's like, that's garbage. Like, I'm doing it so I can get knowledge and be noble and be a hunter. And they start arguing with each other. And then they ask Gon, and they're like, what do you think, buddy? And then it's just like, oh man, I can't. And then they hit 100.
Because of my dad.
And then the thing opens, and he's just like, sweet Jesus, I don't want to be here. So they go into a room that got a bunch of people in it. A bunch of hunter candidates. So Gon, Kurupika, and Lirio are 403, 404, and 405. They are the 403rd, 404th, 405th hunter applicant to get there. And they're met with a bunch of eyes. The room is super tense. They're all just like, who in the are you? And they're like, oh man. And then they meet a dude in a fat dude in a blue shirt.
Lo and behold, this fat dude is sitting on top of like the rails, like probably like 20 feet up in this room. And he's wearing number 35. Square nose, the second person that we've met with the square nose or rectangle, and you can tell off the bat this guy is going to be bad news.
Yeah, you see, these are my notes verbatim. Fat blue shirt man is bad news.
Yeah,
35 attempts get 35 good.
Attempts number 16.
Yeah, I said 35 attempts get good nerd, and then his name is Tompa.
And he sucks.
And it's whatever. Like, we go on. We don't know anything else about him. That's his name. They're going on. And then some dude has the unlucky streak of bumping into the Joker.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden his arms start to fucking disintegrate and turn into flowers.
He fucking Hakkai'd his arms off. Like,
yeah,
he
dude,
fucking destroyed him.
Just blew him up. And then we learned that his name is Hisoka from Tompa, tells Gon and crew.
Yeah, Hisoka the magician. And his
and this
I
is
gotta make it clear real quick
that
his theme is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's like flamenco or something, and it's fucking awesome.
It turns out that this is his second time taking the exam. Or so they tell us.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason he didn't become a hunter the first time is because he killed one of the examiners. And they disqualified him. So we keep going, and this is where we find out that Tompa, I literally hear, I was like, it's like, fat blue shirt man is bad news, 35 attempts, get good. And then the next thing I read about Tompa is I called Tompa being a cuck. Because he's what they call the rookie crusher. So he makes it his goal that if a rookie shows up and they get far enough, that he sabotages them so they can't do it. I don't know why yet, because that hasn't been revealed so far. But he's a cuck.
I mean, it's just his thing. That's what he likes to do. And
yeah, he's a weirdo.
He's trying to drug people.
And then
he's fucking weird.
You know, they give juice to people. He gives juice to Gon and crew. That's how I'm just gonna say it, just to like. That's how you meet. That's how I mean all the MCs that we've met so far.
Gon and the gang.
Yeah, Gon and gang. Gon gang. Gucci gang. What?
Oh, no.
And then
Come on.
I hate that shit. I'm just letting you guys know. I'm not about that life. But it continues, and they're talking about stuff. And then Gon takes a sip of this juice and he's like, yo, this shit doesn't taste good. And he spits it up. And then we find out that apparently not only does he have super smell, not only does he have super sight, he's got super taste buds. Which is weird.
I mean, at this point, you can just assume everything about him is super.
I mean, Dragon Ball Super. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
And then, again, I don't want to talk about it. And then, and then we meet the other rookie applicants, the ones that are exceptional. We meet a man called Hanzo. He's a ninja.
The ninja, yeah. Cannonball arm, shoulders.
Yeah, fucking Samus Aran. Let's go.
Got those beautiful anime eyes, those
shiny eyes.
Bishonen.
Yeah, and then we meet the purple weird guy. We don't know his name.
Pinhead.
Is that his name?
No, but he looks like Pinhead.
Yeah, man, he's like Maraca, man, dude. He walks around and
he's just shaking all over the place.
And then we meet the fat computer dude, which is Nicholas.
That guy sucks.
I don't like him.
Yeah, I don't like him.
I don't like him at all.
But he wasn't the worst. I put, this guy sucks. And right after that, I put, all right, he ain't the worst. Because I think he put Tompa, or whatever the fuck his name is, in his place.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
did.
Okay,
Exactly.
you get a point in my book.
I know you like to destroy them fucking newcomers, you cuck.
Yeah.
And then we meet, and then white hair kid walks up,
kid, 99.
Yeah, asks for more juice. And then Tompa's like, dude, you drink all this juice, you're gonna die. And then he's just like, that's just not gonna work. Like, I'm immune to poison. And I'm like, do I now? Apparently some kind of super ninja. And then also he's our fourth main character. And we figure his name is Killua.
Yes, sir.
And then all of a sudden a wall opens up because yes. And we meet our mustachioed man, who is dope.
Statsko. I don't know. I called him out. I put Alfred.
Setots.
Yeah, I'll stick to Alfred.
Yeah, and then he has a dope mustache,
which also functions as his mouth.
Hell yes. And purple hair. I'm all about it. And then he lets them know, like, hey, we're gonna run. You have to keep pace with me, and we're gonna go to the next area.
I mean, they're gonna run. He's gonna do whatever the fuck he was doing. He was skipping. He was doing some crazy shit.
He was prancing.
I put in full caps, the run of a god. This man is no mere mortal. He's just like...
Yeah, and then my last note on this episode is that the ending is still dope.
I have watched the ending and opening every single time, which has been a minute. Yeah. That's an accomplishment.
I love that stuff, man. The ending is so good. I love the ending. It brings me back to my high school days. The auto-tune, fucking old school attack. I'm all about it.
Everything's auto-tuned.
Fucking Someday Came Suddenly. It's a great album. Give it a try.
Don't do it.
Yeah, it's old and it didn't hold up very well.
Do yourself a favor.
But I like it. It's got the dude from Of Mice and Men in it, or at least like the original singer. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Episode 4. And running. They're just running.
Also, the guy running with the laptop in front of his fucking face, Nicholas.
Yeah, that guy's
a beast.
I guess so.
He's pretty shitty.
And then this is where we meet our two 12-year-old protagonists, Killua and Gon meet each other. And he's just like, oh man, you're 12 years old and you're running? I'll run too. Fuck you. And he does this dope ass skateboard flip. Because skateboard flips are dope. Fat computer kid starts dying. He's like, holy shit. Like, oh no. He's keeping up. He's like, well, I've done the calculations and it's going to be
45 kilometers.
Be like 45 kilometers. We're almost there. Next scene, fat computer kid is dying. He's like, we should have got there already. What's happening? And then these three, side character brother people walk
these
back.
These fucking hecklers.
Yeah, they come up and they're like, hey man, like, you ain't gonna make it, you suck.
You suck ass, bro. Just stop, man.
Cut that shit out, dude. Ain't nobody wants you here. And then he has a mental breakdown and then he's out.
And then he dies.
And then we find out after that, no. And then we find out
he dies. It's over.
We find out that Tompa is paid them to do it because he's a dickhead. And then it continues. They're running and then we come upon Liurio, who is dying. He's like, holy shit, I can't keep running. We've been running for so long.
He says, I'm only a mortal. I'm only human.
And then
I gotta stop.
And then Gon and Killua stop and look at him. And as if he's just like, I can't go out like no bitch. He gets his energy back. He drops his suitcase and he starts running. And I initially thought that this was going to be a plot device where he's like, oh no, my suitcase. Oh no, it's got my baby in it.
No, but Gon is too cool.
Yeah, Gon is just like, let's do it. He's like, he throws it and he catches it. And then Killua is just like a bonding moment.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man, that's really cool. I want to try to do that. And he's like, well, if I can do the skateboard thing. And they're like, yeah.
Cut it with this fishing rod, by the way. Like he just,
he's just
a good 30 feet.
Yeah, he got it. It was good.
He's pretty much Spider-Man.
So they continue.
Oh, more like Daredevil.
And Liurio catches up with Kurupika. And they have a conversation with each other. And it turns out that, Kurupika is telling him that when people in his clan get emotional, upset, I don't know if there's any other emotion. The only one
when they get heightened emotions, that's all he said.
Their eyes glow red, and it's one of the in their world, it's one of the most beautiful colors in existence.
Well, yeah, scarlet eyes.
Yeah, so it turns out that his entire clan was killed, and they ripped their fucking eyeballs out. And Kurupika is looking for Phantom Troop, who are the people who killed his parents or his clan, and he's gonna mess them up. That's what he wants to do.
He's an Uchiha.
And then he's just like, that's why I'm going to be a hunter. There's no way that you want to be a hunter for money. And Liorio's like, why not? Like, if I had money, my friend wouldn't have died. Fucking garbage. And then we learn Liorio's backstory where he was poor and his friend had a super treatable disease, but they didn't have the money to treat it. And he died. And then Liorio's like, I want to be a doctor so I can save people who can't pay for stuff. And then he finds out that in order to be a doctor, you need money. And he's like, that's why I'm going to do it. I want money so that I can do the things I want to do with money and save people. And that's a bonding moment between Liurio and Kurupika. It's pretty dope. I'm all about it. And then it's in that moment that you find out that Liurio's a teenager.
Yes, dude. That blew my mind. Even all the characters were, they got like stone faced. You're like, what the fuck?
Like, I can't.
It was kind of hard to comprehend. Like, this guy is 19 or below. And it's just like,
and we also didn't know, at this point in time, they're running upstairs now. Which, I'm fat. Sounds like garbage. And they're, they're walking up those stairs. And my boy Statotes gets to the top. And he's like, oh, we're here. And then immediately as he turns around, Gon and Killua just jump past him and they're like, go. It's like some World Cup shit. They're like, go.
Yeah, well, I mean, they had made a challenge because Killua, before that, said that it was all for a challenge. So he just wanted to test himself. The hunter exam, that is. And they had bet each other, for dinner. The winner being whoever got there first between him and Gon would pay for the other's dinner, and that's why they were trying to finish, hence the whole goal, which they did, and they ended up finishing at the same time, according to my boy Alfred.
Yeah, and here in the notes, I'm like, Gon and Killua are monsters.
Yeah.
And then we're introduced to the next leg of the first phase. They haven't even gotten past the first test. And we are introduced to the wetlands,
the Numeri wetlands,
also known as the Swindler's Swamp.
Yes.
Where the animals in this swamp use all manner of deception and cunning tricks to confuse people so that they can eat them. And then it's in this moment after Alfred, I'm going to call him that now, after Alfred tells the group about this, some dude comes out of the back and he's like, that guy's a liar. He's not the examiner. I'm the examiner. That guy is I don't remember what the hell they call it.
One of those ape.
Yeah, he's an ape
or something.
He's an ape man. And they take the form of people to lure them into the swamp so that the other creatures can confuse them, kill them, and then so the ape man can eat it eat the person because they like that. And then all of a sudden, this dude gets hit in the chest and in the fucking forehead with playing cards. And Alfred catches the playing cards. And then in this moment, everybody looks around like, what the fuck? And it's Hisoka. And he's sitting there. He's like, oh, like all the examiners are hunters. They don't get paid for this, but they do. I don't know why they made that a point. Like, oh yeah, they don't get paid for this. But like, oh, I don't care. Why do I have to know that?
I feel like it kind of, you know, they're not being bought out. There's no bribery. Like, if they're not being paid, like, you know, the whole bribery, there's like no malicious intent behind it. It's just pure hunting stuff. I would assume.
Yeah, I can see that. And then Hisoka's like, oh, yeah, any hunter would be able to block that attack. And then Alfred is just like, yes, you are correct. That is lying. And this is how this swamp is going to try to mess you up. But if you try to attack me again, I'm going to disqualify you. Cut your nuts off. He doesn't say that, but I assume it. And then they start running again. And the ending is still dope. And that's the end of episode 4.
I have Hisoka doesn't take shit. His theme plays again. Yeah. Fucking sick ass theme. And at that point, they kept running. 44 people dropped out. And 368 remain.
Yeah, I didn't put that number.
As of the end of episode 4.
All right. Episode 5 is where this starts to be a little bit less little kid show and more of a teenager, young adult show. People just start dying in this episode. We're in episode 5 now, by the way.
Yeah. Like, that's where it starts off. Killua actually has Spidey sense.
Yeah, it's mass running, because they're still running and running and running. I'm sorry. So they're running, and then all of a sudden, we see giant strawberries. And we're just like, strawberries are dope. I like strawberries. And then a big-ass fucking dinosaur comes up and eats somebody. It's a giant strawberry dinosaur.
Yep, Tortuga with strawberries on its back, called the Noggin Luggin Tortoise.
I don't know. It's weird. I don't like it. And then he just eats it. He's just like, nom, 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 nom. And then people keep running. They're like, oh shit! And they run. And then there's these mushrooms. I think they were like purple and orange mushrooms.
Yeah, called the Claymore mushrooms.
Yeah, Claymore mushrooms. So they step on them, and these fucking, like, this dust gets put in the air. And they're like, what's that dust? And then you start growing mushrooms all over your body until you die. Yeah, it's like The Last of Us.
I specifically wrote, doesn't turn people into Peach. Instead infests them with mushrooms. Which is unfortunate.
I have no comment. You know how I feel on Bowsette.
Oh, that is amazing. Moving on.
I was about to say it. Glad
Moving on. We run into the hypnosis butterfly next.
Yeah.
Which, as you can guess, induce you into a comatose state. Not comatose, you just fall asleep.
Yeah, and then I assume that you get eaten while you're asleep. And it cuts again. People are running and they hear Alfred's voice. They're just like, hey man, come over here. It's over here. And they run. And then apparently these animals have created a fucking pitfall spike trap. I don't know how, but they did. And these people fall and they're just like, oh god. And they die. And you're like, what the and then you hear Alfred's voice again. And the 3 people that Tompa paid to make fun of the computer kid look up, and it's a ruse bird. I think is what it was called.
A ruse raven.
Ruse raven. And it's just like, I have his voice. I copy his voice. You run, hit spikes, die.
Yep. And that's when we go back to Killua and Gon, and we meet Gamabunta, a.k.a. the frog in waiting.
All right. This is, I put a thing as, I called it the frog trap hole. And and I was like, new Yu-Gi-Oh! Trap card. We got Trap Hole, we got Bottomless Trap Hole, we got Acid Trap Hole, we got Trap Chicks Trap Hole Nightmare. Where's the Frog Trap Hole? We can put it in frogs. That'd be dope. Be totally awesome in Frog Trap Hole.
And then while they're inside the frog, that's when we go back again. Another POV change to
Kurapika
Leorio and Kurapika. And my boy Kurapika finally takes out the nunchucks and just fucking whacks that shit in the eye. And I think they escape. And that was it. The nunchaku Aipoku.
And then it cuts again to the frog walking. And then all of a sudden this frog, gets blue face and he pukes. And he just pukes up Gon and Killua. And it turns out that Killua gave one of the juice that Tompa gave to him to the frog, and the frog got sick and puked him up. That's pretty gross.
I mean, it's okay. I've seen enough
frogs throwing up on people.
No, what's the other one called? The one with the chick, Aqua?
Yeah,
remember she gets getting right? Was
that's
it frogs that were eating or the slimes?
No, it's frogs. It's toads.
Oh, okay.
What are they? It's Konosuba.
Konosuba, there you go.
Never finished it. Anyway, so it cuts to Hisoka surrounded by some blue shirt dudes who are like, hey man, I knew you weren't going to make it as a hunter, and you're not going to take the hunter exam again. And Hisoka's like, no, I'm not going to take the exam again. I'm going to become a hunter, bruh. And then the blue shirt people are like, ha 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 ha, we're going to attack you. So they run at him. And I don't know why they ran at him. Did they not see him turn some other dude's arms into flowers? Because I wouldn't want to attack that person. I'm just saying. So he does like a quick spin. We see no blood because this is still technically a shoujo. It's not senin or whatever it is, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah. No, it's just a shonen.
Shonen, not shoujo. Shoujo's for women, for girls. Shoujo's girls, shonen's boys, and then senin is mature. I think. Yeah. Okay, and then I don't know, anime, and then he just does a fucking, I don't know how to call it. He just does like
round slash.
Yeah, pretty much. He just spins in a circle with a playing card in his hand, and he just slits all those dudes' throats, and they dead.
Yeah, and this guy's fucking just throwing cards. He puts Kaiba to shame. Another Yu-Gi-Oh reference. Where you to fucking go? Yeah. And this guy's trying to like crawl away, and he fucking headshots him in the back of the head with the card.
And then Lirio and Kurupika are they just like, you're gonna run in one direction, I'm gonna run in the other, because there's no way we can fight him, because we lose. And Lirio is just like, all right, let's go. And they run in opposite directions. And then the dude throws the card at the back of the dude's head and he kills him. And then Lirio shows up like a boss and he's like, hey man, I can't let this happen. Like, I gotta fight you. So
we gotta establish that at this point Lirio is shirtless, wearing his tie, and he has no nipples.
Hey man, I haven't got none of those either.
I mean,
what are we talking about?
This is anime.
Yeah, and then he just swipes. Like, he swipes and he just dusts him. Like, there's nothing there. And then the dude,
he's a ninja.
And then Hisoka's like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, don't do that again. Like, you suck. And Hisoka's just like a freak of nature. And Hisoka's about to deliver the final blow onto Lirio. And Gon hits him right in the side of the fucking head with his fishing lure. And I'm just,
so good.
And literally, my God, Gon is really accurate with that thing. He just whaps him in the fucking side of the head. And Hisoka's just like, all right, bitch boy, I'm coming at you. So he starts walking at Gon. And Liorio's like, I'm gonna walk up, I'm gonna beat the and then fucking Hisoka just shoryuken to the shit out of him.
Yeah, he fucking one-shot him. Just one shot, one kill. And he's gone. He's
Call
done.
of Duty. And I'm just like, man, Hisoka is scurry. Like, he's fighting Gon, and he's faster than Gon. A lot faster than Gon. And Gon's like swinging, he's trying to hit him. And then he pulls like the switcheroo.
The dust trick.
Yeah, he throws the lure, and then he hits the ground in front of Hisoka to put dirt up. Hisoka's like, what the fuck? Gon comes up behind him, he's like, I'm gonna wipe the shit out of you. And then Hisoka just grabs him by the throat, and he's just like, I love the look on your face. And he gets this weird pervert look. It's just like classic anime.
I mean, at this point, I'm kind of like, this guy's kind of a freak.
Yeah, no, man, he weird as fuck. And he's scurry because he's fast. I'm just like, eh.
Yeah, and then he gets my boy Gon by the neck, and oh my God, I'm just like, Gon, it's so good. Yeah. No more, man, stop. And he's like, no, pedal to the metal.
Gon's about to pass out, and then Hisoka lets him go. And he's like, don't worry, my dude. You and that guy, you guys pass. And he's just like, the fuck? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm like, is he an examiner? But no, he's not.
And then Hisoka picks up Lirio, and he's like, hey, man, I'm just letting you know that you two guys pass because you dope as fuck. And then all of a sudden there's a call on some kind of like Hisoka gets a call on some kind of like walkie-talkie radio thing, and he's just like, oh man, like you gotta get here, bro. We gotta go. And then it turns out that from what I've gathered, that the purple faced dude and Hisoka are like partners or something. Because that's the guy that was holding the other radio. At least it looked like it was him. I might be incorrect, but I don't know. And then, you know, it cuts to Gon and Kurapika running to the end of the exam. And then he's just like, I was scared because I thought he was going to kill me. But at the same time, I was excited. And I don't know what the hell that is. And Kurapika's just like, what the hell? Like, that's kind of weird, but whatever. And then Kurapika says, like, I don't think Hisoka can be a hunter because he's too brutal. Like, he's just too... He likes that murder shit a little too much. At least that's, I think that's what Kurapika's thinking.
At this point, I'm like, my fucking, like, where Kurapika stands as a character that I like kind of went down by a lot because he didn't fucking jump. He just watched the boys get fucking pounced on and shit on. And he's just like, well, I'm not gonna do shit.
Well, I mean, I feel like he has his own motivation for doing stuff. And again, like, we haven't watched this anime, so we don't know. And if you know, you know, feel free to say something wherever it is you can say something. And, you know, comments, or we'll put a link to the Twitter in the description. It's just really weird because he's just like, hey, I don't want to fight this guy because he's going to body us. And then Gon shows up and gets bodied, and Rio gets bodied. So he's technically correct. And he's like, hey man, like, my clan's all dead and I'm going to avenge them. And I'm sorry that I didn't help you guys, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, at this point you can just tell, like, Ahsoka, it's that whole thing where he's like, man, like, you have so much potential. Like, I can't take you out now, you know, like, I'll groom you. I'm going to fatten up that pig. So where eventually you can become a challenge, and also, then I'll take you out.
Well, also, we don't know what he likes because he's like, oh man, that look on your face. Like, we don't know what that look is. It could be, you know, like, oh, I just like watching you die, or it could be like, I like watching you struggle, or it could be
like he likes little boys.
No, he liked the look on Leodio's face too.
He's fucking weird, man.
Yeah, no,
like,
he's a creeper, bro.
He's like a masochist. He's into everything.
I mean, he's one of them hentais, bro. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, he's one of those fucking. Yeah, he's reading all the Joan shows and all that and all that shit.
He's one of them. He's one of them arrows, dude.
He's one of them. What do people call him nowadays? Fucking weebs.
Oh, I thought he'd be cucks. I was like, no. I mean, I don't know about that.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, he had gone in that chokehold in his space.
I
was like, Hisoka, stop. And Hisoka's like, no, I'm pushing the pedal to the metal. And I'm kind of like, oh no, like, get me off this ride.
I don't know, man. He's a creeper for sure, dude. He's weird.
But I mean, at the end of the episode, 220 people have withdrawn and only 148 people remain, well below half the original number of entrants.
Yeah.
And shit, like, these first 5 episodes, I'm sucked in. I like it. I'm in there.
Yeah, I am
in there.
Again, I have no knowledge on this anime other than the fact that one of the arcs in this anime is considered one of the best arcs in shonen. Like,
yeah, the Chimera Ant arc, something like that.
I don't know. Again, and
I know a meme, something about Gonsan or Gonsan. Yeah, that's Gonsan. What I know.
I know, like, I've seen like those, like, Watch Mojo, like, top 10 fights of anime history or whatever. And one of the fights is a Hunter fight. I can't.
So there's gonna be some good fights.
No, we're gonna have good fights. We're gonna get some cool character development, and we're gonna get introduced to the motivations behind the other characters, because we know that Leodio wants to be a doctor to help people and he needs money. Kurapika wants to destroy Phantom Troop, which I don't know what that is yet because they haven't introduced it.
I mean, I think they said they were bounty hunters. So that's why you remember when Leoro was talking to him, he was kind of like, so you want to become what you hate so much? He's like, I'll do whatever I have to do to fulfill my revenge.
Yeah. And then we get Gon getting closer to his dad.
We need Killua's motivation.
Yeah, apparently he just wants a challenge, but like we don't know anything about him before taking this exam, so we don't know like what's his name is Killua, so I assume by anime standards
he's an assassin.
Yeah,
100%.
Like he's trained to be some super assassin by a super assassin family. It's kind of like when you figure out that
it's Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, or
Ra's al Ghul.
Like anime always has like that. If you pay enough attention to somebody's name, you're probably going to figure out their power.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
I want to see Kurapika's eyes turn scarlet and see what that does. Is there some kind of power associated with it in the opening?
Yeah, it happens in the second episode, I think, or first episode.
Does it? Because I only saw it like in the opening.
When they're on the boat, when Lirio is just like, "Oh, I'm going to finish off the Kutra clan," and he's like, "You take that
there's
back."
A flash?
Yeah, his eyes turn red.
Okay. I wonder if there's some type of power associated with it, or if it's just purely cosmetics.
I assume... But, I mean, me and Naruto, man, I don't know how to feel about eyes. Everybody's got eye powers.
Naruto, it's just in fantasy, like, if you read books, like a lot of fantasy books, it's always stuff with the eyes.
Even Basilisk, don't watch that anime. It sucks. But like the main, like, oh, you got a really strong power. It's in your eyes. And be like, that guy can spit fire.
I thought you were talking about a basilisk. You look into his eyes, you're going to turn into stone.
Yeah, that's like the anime. Like, the two, like, strongest powers in that anime are eye-based.
I gotcha.
But that anime sucks.
But yeah, so I mean, that's the first 5 episodes. We'll be doing the next 5. And shit, this is a pretty good anime. I'm enjoying it a lot so far, actually.
Same. I'm excited to watch more. We'll be back with another episode, hopefully in a week. From this being released, not from us recording it, because I don't know how long. It's not going to take long to edit, I doubt. But yeah. Again, if you watch this and you like it, wait a week and there'll probably be another one. And we also have our Get in the Shade podcast, which we're going to try to do again. And this one's really just anime focused. The other one's going to be whatever we want to talk about focused. You know?
Yeah, pretty much. So if you like us or personalities for whatever reason, feel free, drop by.
And there is an episode of Get in the Shade if you want to watch it. We talk about JRPGs because JRPGs are dope. And if you watch that episode already and you're watching this one, I still haven't beat SMT4, so I'm sorry. But that's for you.
Way to let him down.
Hell yeah.
And I think with that, we're done, right?
Yeah. And
all right. Y'all take it easy then.
We will see you guys next time.
All right. Time to clock out.
Peace.